What if I told you that one of the biggest celebrity deals in streaming history might be hanging by a thread? We're talking about Harry and Meghan's $100 million Netflix contract, and the numbers just came in. Spoiler alert, they're not pretty. But before you click away thinking this is just another royal drama story, stick around. Because what's happening here reveals something much bigger about the streaming wars, celebrity culture, and what happens when massive expectations meet harsh reality. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm The Throne Space, and we dive deep into the stories behind the headlines, the ones that everyone's talking about but nobody's really explaining. Today, we're unpacking the Harry and Meghan Netflix situation, and trust me, it's more complicated than the tabloids are making it seem. We've got insider information, shocking viewership numbers, and some pretty interesting theories about what might happen next. So grab your favorite drink, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. Let's rewind to 2020. Harry and Meghan had just stepped back from royal duties, they were looking for financial independence, and Netflix came knocking with what seemed like the deal of a lifetime. Picture this, $100 million over several years to produce content that would inform, elevate, and inspire. The streaming giant was betting big on the Sussex brand, and honestly, who could blame them? These two had global recognition, compelling personal stories, and, let's be real, they came with built-in controversy that drives engagement. At the time, it seemed like a match made in heaven. Netflix was in full expansion mode, throwing money at anyone who could bring eyeballs to their platform. Harry and Meghan needed a new career path. Everyone wins, right? Well, not so fast. Now, let's talk about what this $100 million actually bought Netflix. Because when you break it down, the results are interesting. Their flagship production was the 6-part documentary series simply called Harry and Meghan. This was their big tell-all moment, raw, personal, and packed with revelations about their experience in the royal family. And you know what? It actually did pretty well. It generated massive buzz, got people talking, and drew significant viewership numbers. Love them or hate them, people were watching. Heart of Invictus. Then there was Harry's Heart of Invictus, focusing on the Paralympic-style games he founded for wounded veterans. This was more in line with his passion projects, meaningful, impactful, but let's be honest, probably not a massive ratings grabber. Next up was the polo documentary, which, okay, I'm going to be real with you here. How many of us were really sitting around thinking, you know what Netflix needs? More polo content? And then we get to the latest release, With Love, Meghan. This lifestyle show was supposed to be Meghan's big comeback moment, cooking, entertaining, lifestyle tips from the Duchess herself. Here's where things get really interesting. Okay, this is where we need to talk about those viewership statistics that just came out, because they are pretty shocking. With Love, Meghan was viewed 5.3 million times in the first half of 2025. Now, if you're not familiar with streaming numbers, that might sound impressive. But here's the kicker, that landed it at 383rd place in Netflix's ranking of most watched shows. Let me put that in perspective for you. Netflix has thousands of shows, but not cracking the top 300? For a series starring one of the most famous women in the world? That's not great. To give you some context, random true crime documentaries you've never heard of regularly pull in 20 to 30 million views. Popular reality shows can hit 50 to 100 million. The really big hits? We're talking hundreds of millions of views. So what happened here? How does someone with Meghan's profile end up with numbers that would make a small YouTuber jealous? There are several theories floating around about why, With Love, Meghan didn't perform as expected, and honestly, they're all probably partially true.